Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahasham Barachach Wadash. Peace and blessings to the elect and the listening, learning the Akim Wak Wathiyam, and double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone and the elder bishops. And much respect to the mighty Gabarim in the house and hedges, bidding Yashar Allah to the marriage, and to the Gabar making videos of edification to wake up the lost sheep, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad that be unto the speckled bird. Should just measure the time diligently within itself. Seeing all the prophecies coming to pass, and besides the third woe, okay, the whole conflict with Iran, as we transition into going into the climax of World War III. Also, there's another prophecy taking place, which is emerging even more so all over social media, and that's Isaiah 4:1, when the scripture says that 7 women should take hold of 1 man. All right, 7 just means completion. It doesn't mean just 7 women. It could be 20 or it could be 2. Okay. However, Isaiah 4:1 is truly coming to pass. And we see it all over social media how women are complaining about men not going to dating events, singles events. Okay, you have women that's developing relationships with ChatGPT. Even women that's going abroad. Now, I mean, women from America, the Western society, who's under the Western ideology, they're not finding men that want to deal with them. Okay, the men don't want to deal with them unless it's a wham bam thank you ma'am. Okay, more women are complaining in their cars, and a lot of them are becoming homeless. Okay, a lot of them are out there engaging in transactional relationships, if you know what I mean. Okay, and it just goes to show the descent of the pride of women, okay, who stood chest out under feminism and sexual liberation. Okay, the joy of the hypocrite is yet before a moment. You got women that are very hypocritical. They claim to want a good man, but yet they lay with the man that they complain about. Okay, they say that they want a man of the Lord, but when they complain about the man of the Lord having too many rules, they say he's too strict. Then you have women who openly go after the thugs and gangsters, but then complain about paying for jail visits and so on and so forth, right? As it says in Job 39:17, the Lord is not endowed these women with wisdom or common sense, as it says in the NIV. Okay. So even though there's plethoras and plethoras and plethoras of videos of women admitting that feminism failed them, okay, that the whole get a career and not settle, blase blase blase, they're all admitting that they fell for the trick. You're still gonna have some of these foolish feminists that have these platforms that talk about man, and man, it's all man, blase blase blase, we don't need men. But when you bring up the fact that there are a plethora of videos all over social media that prove them wrong, they pretend like they never seen them, or if you bring videos up, you're lying, they don't exist, so on and so forth. They ask for the source, and when you say, hey, go look it up, they're like, nah, we're not gonna look it up. Because at the end of the day, they know the truth. Okay, laws are being passed going against a no-fault divorce, paternity fraud, right? OnlyFans are being in effect of being shut down. What's another one? I can't think of the other one, but a lot of women too, are regretting their wild sexual past. Okay, so on and so forth, man. So just like Eve ate that apple, and that apple is symbolic for a philosophy, for an ideology. Okay, Eve ate that ideology and philosophy up from the serpent. The same way she willingly took on that philosophy in the Garden of Eden, it's the same way women today have gullibly and also willingly. I can't even say gullibly anymore, because we live in a society where women are very omnipotent, right? They claim to be omnipotent. They claim to have intuition, okay? But yet they're constantly beguiled, and they're constantly fooled willingly by the vain messages of social media, telling them that you don't need to settle. Go shop around. Go find the best one. Just to come out alone, right, with their pets, and then act like they're oblivious as to why they can't find a good man. But hey, as it says in Isaiah, I think it's the 32nd chapter, where it says to arise ye women who are at ease. Okay, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is showing these women, man, your time is up. Riding the carousel is up, man. Okay? And when all hell break loose in Jeremiah 30:7, right? The carousel is going to ride a lot of these women. I said it before. We see it in the articles now. Men are going after women, out of revenge. Women who show themselves off on social media are being stalked. Some of them are raped. Some of them are raped and deleted. Okay? But women are very stiff-necked and stubborn, and they do not want to hear it, especially if it comes from a man's mouth. Okay? So hey, let the Lord deal with them. So at the end of the day, to the Akim, Isaiah 4:1 is coming, man. And in that time, you'll have the spiritual discernment already to know which women out of the bunch are genuine, and which women are just faking the funk. They're just talking to talk because they want to, get out of the situation of being in danger. Okay? But a lot of these women who still go against the grain, they won't make it. They're that multitude that's going to perish in vain. They're amongst that multitude that's going to perish in vain. Okay? But guess what? The men of the Lord are going to be more precious than fine gold. It tells us that in Isaiah the 13th chapter. Okay? We're going to be more precious than the wedge of Ophir. Yahweh Ratazah, I'm a part of that elect number. Yahweh Ratazah, you brothers out there who are pushing out this gospel and truth and sincerity are amongst the elect as well. Okay? The 144,000 judges of the earth. So everything is coming to pass. Isaiah 55 says that the word's Lord is going to go out and will not return unto him void. Many of these people don't believe in the prophecies, but hey, it doesn't matter. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's word would not return unto him void, man. And people can deny it, they can fake a funk, but hey, the results speak for themselves, right? The scripture says, and at the end it shall speak, right? It's Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All these prophecies are speaking. Wars and rumors of wars, division between men and women, division within the families, so on and so forth. Many will deny, many will mock and scoff, but those are the ones just lined up to be destroyed. Okay? Seek the kingdom first, and all these things shall be added unto you. The men of the Lord, our mindset is focusing on the kingdom, focusing on wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is going to keep us stable in the times of Jeremiah 30:7. That stability is spoken of in Isaiah the 33rd chapter. Okay? Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge will keep us stable. All right? And it will also keep us in the fear of the Lord, which is his treasure. So overall, all these prideful women who have walked stiff-necked with wanton eyes, okay, women who are married, showing off their bodies all over the world, women who are with good men, are making up excuses, coming up with excuses to leave that man, to sleep around, so on and so forth. Your judgment is coming. And just because it hasn't happened to you yet, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has no respect of persons in judgment. Doesn't matter if you're a woman, a man, an elderly woman or man, or a male or female child. Judgment is judgment. Okay? And no one is above reproof, and no one is above correction. And since you won't get the correction from the men of the Lord, well, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to correct you himself. This is not only for women, but this is also for the men. This is why it is wise to remain in the wisdom of the Lord, man, and to fear him. How can you have that protection? The angel of the Lord encampeth around them who fear him, and delivereth them. If there is no fear of Yahweh in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then there is no deliverance. There is no protection. If you're not pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then how can your enemies be at peace with you? You think these women are pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushai? A lot of them will say, I'm a chosen, or I'm a woman of the Lord, but they're not producing the works of a woman of the Lord. Just because you wear an idol around your neck, which a cross, or you have a cross tattoo on your shoulder, which goes against Levitical law, doesn't mean that you're a person of the Lord, man. That's just an outward appearance. This also goes for men, okay? The men of the Lord did not wear idols. In fact, they were punished for the idolatry, okay? But anyways, yeah, man, I see all over the place. Every time I go on YouTube or TikTok, there's women complaining about that, we're the men. We need men. We were tricked by feminism. We were tricked by sexual liberation. Okay? There was even a video on YouTube from a certain subscriber, from a certain a YouTube content creator that I subscribed to, okay? They had a video that even the sodomite men were going after these women, man. You know it's bad when you have worldly men and also sodomite men complaining about the bullshit that these women put out there, man. These entitlements, these high expectations, where you have to be perfect. You have to mark every check in the box. You have to work to make money, but you can't work too much because a woman wants attention. They want a man that looks good, but they don't want him to look too good. They want a man to speak the truth, but the truth is boring. Roughly, it's contradictions, man. This is why most men have opted out of pursuing modern women, going to dating events. This is why men have opted out seeking relationships. For the past few years, women have told men, do not approach them, don't talk to them, okay? And if you correct them when they say that when they want you to lead, and if you provide correction, they call you insecure, they call you controlling. They say, oh, you got small d energy. They call you an incel. They say you're broke. And a lot of these women are in debt. A lot of these women are living out their cars, man. But they'll go to a spot and take a picture to make it seem like they're living their life like it's golden, when we know that a lot of them are in student loan debt, okay? A lot of them are out there on the streets, man, hitting up men for money to provide for their children. Trying to shame men to become stepdads when I thought women could do it by themselves. I thought women can hold it down. They don't need a man. Which one is it? I know which one it is. But hey, the Lord has sent you a strong delusion that you should believe a lie. And that lie is that you're living your life like it's golden. Everything is okay. You don't need men. You're strong and independent. You have omnipotent goddess intuition. But the results are the opposite. This is why it is wise to never believe what a woman says, but to believe what they respond to or who they respond to. Believe their actions. Okay? But at the end of the day, as it says in Isaiah 13, a man should be more precious than fine gold, more precious than a wedge of Ophir. Because when all hell breaks loose, and a lot of these men that women see as high value, as desirable, when they're dropping dead like flies because they don't have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding to remain stable, and they don't have the protection of the Lord. When these women see these men be put to death, or when they are drafted and shipped out to war and never return, and when there is no control or order here in the U.S., these women are going to actually truly realize, okay, that they never had the power that they claim to have. And they're going to be seeking a man for protection. When they see the men who have the angels that camp around them, they're going to go after those men for protection. There's nowhere in the scriptures, ladies, where it says that you're going to have a shield and buckler, a Wonder Woman outfit, and you're going to go out and save yourself. Even Malak Dawadah, which is King David, said, "For he would not trust in his bow, neither will his sword save him. He would trust in the Lord." The Lord is the one that maketh his hands to war and fingers to fight. None of you women, can any of you women stand up to an army of men like King David did? No. Not even the strongest fighters, not even the strongest female fighters, man. And I don't want to hear about the small exceptions where a woman defeated a man. It's still in the ring. It's still rules, okay? Overall, feminism and sexual liberation was that apple that you ate, and now you have to suffer for it. And some of you are taking accountability. Hey, kudos to you. But to the majority that still want to act like it's not their fault, hey, guess what? Perish in your blindness, man. I don't give a damn. Because again, men have left the dating pool. Men have gotten their passports and went out. While you're complaining and cussing men out, guess what? Guess what men are doing? They don't give a crap. They're doing them. While they're over there finding traditional women to marry, you're still on TikTok or YouTube by yourself complaining. Talking about you have to stop men from going out of the country. Women, shut up. Okay? To y'all women who believe that, just shut the heck up, man. And this is not out of anger. This is just out of the realization, man, that many of y'all are just straight wicked, and y'all just want men to be servants, man, to go out of your wits, as it says in 1 Esdras. And many men have gone out their wits and become servants for y'all. Some have even perished and erred for women, sinned for women. But now that knowledge is being increased, the men of the Lord are taking hold of the true the true good woman, which is wisdom, right? Sarah, the daughters of Sarah. The daughters of Sarah are going to be picked in Isaiah 4:1. The women who have chosen to be virtuous, who have chosen to repent from the ways of the world, man, who have stopped being 304s, who have stopped being prideful, and actually understand that, hey, we're entering the dark times, and they're going to need a man of the Lord to protect them. They're going to need to be righteous women to the best of their ability in order to be saved in these last days, man. 2/3 of our people will perish, and 2/3 of our people mostly consists of women, because women outnumber men. So the wicked men and the wicked women of Yashar Allah will be destroyed. A lot of these heathen women and men, they're going to be destroyed anyways. Okay? That's a given. But just something to spare power Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. This is a warning. Another warning. Many of you mocked and scoffed and told the Israelite men that they're this and they're that. Many of you have made multiple videos on falsely accusing the Israelites, while your Christian pastors are still plastered all over social media and in the news articles being abusers, being child rapists, being convicted of financial fraud, so on and so forth, man. We're going to see whose power is greater. And I'm going to keep my faith and confidence in Yahweh Yahweh Shai, while you all can keep your confidence in Cesare Borgia. Okay? And the ways of this world. The fashion of this world is going to pass away. Everything that's going to be, everything that's promoted in this time, in this world, is going to melt with fervent heat. All the elements should melt with fervent heat. From thermonuclear fire, which is going to be the result of this third woe, World War III. So again, just something to spare power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let this be a warning to both men and women. But hey, most importantly, women. Because this was a, this message here was mostly toward them. But to the Akin wa Akwafiyam, that means brothers and sisters in the Lashwan Kodash, to the Akin wa Akwafiyam, who are dwelling in virtue, who are maintaining a righteous mindset, may Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai protect you in the days of Jeremiah, in the times of Jeremiah 37, the climax. Okay? And with that, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, Shalom.